whenever you're ready.
Paige, to you. Thinking back over the last decade we've spent together, it seems like both a lifetime and only a flash. 2 houses, 5 cars, 9 jobs between us, 2 kids, and 7 pets represent how much we've accomplished together, but don't begin to convey the love, humility, and trust we have built along the way. In my original vows on September 10th, 2011, I promised to take you on adventures. And while I now know your thirst for world travel can probably never be quenched, the only way I can describe the last 10 years is as a glorious adventure. Some highlights include our disastrous but incredible first date, consoling you during our honeymoon as you sobbed in fear in the middle of the ocean from all the deadly sea creatures swimming below us, dancing together through innumerable smoke-filled concerts because we have been married so long they used to be able to smoke at concerts and we would go to them together, and we were still smoking. Trips to dozens of bodies of water, whether lakes, beaches, creeks, or waterfalls, that were amazing, terrible, and everything in between. Segway riding together through Prague, and wishing we could partake with the locals at the Blue Hole in Jamaica, which is just a beautiful memory. And maybe because it's most recent, I just remember a lot about our Jamaica trip. The terrifying gondola ride to that weird tourist amusement park, and then swimming with the glowing algae in the ocean was really special. What I've learned through all these experiences is that we are better together. From the start, we believed that we shouldn't need each other, but rather build each other up and bring out the best in each other. While I think that's still true to an extent, now that we're grown up and have kids of our own, I'm afraid that I admit I do need you. I need you to encourage me when I'm feeling doubt. I need you to kiss me good morning when I don't want to get out of bed. I need you to put chicken nuggets in the air fryer when I can't get off the couch one single more time in a day. And I need to look forward to retiring with you and watching our 2 amazing boys grow up. Our marriage is the most rewarding choice I've made in my whole life, and I would be a totally different and less fulfilled person without you. You pulled me out of my shell from the beginning, and I encouraged you to grow past your childhood traumas and insecurities. We have worked damn hard to close the gaps between us and find common ground in the most difficult circumstances. I am so proud of the family and life that we've built together, and I thank God over and over and over. I am honored to be your husband, and however many years we have left together couldn't possibly be enough. I love you so much, baby. Happy 10-year anniversary.
I knew I was in love with you when I probably knew that weekend that I was stupid enough to drive in an literal blizzard ice storm to come see you in Nashville. And I don't know why I just had to see you, and I thought about not going, but I decided to do it anyways, and it really was stupid of me. But when you're like in love like we were, it felt like I had to be there. So I did. I loaded on my car, got on the interstate. It was really fine, like halfway there. And then I'm sure you remember me calling you, and I was about halfway. I was maybe probably more than halfway there, and I called you and was panicking, just saying like I can't go any further. I was trying to surprise you, and I was just trying to make it and surprise you, but like our roads were so bad. There were cars everywhere. I mean, I know you remember this, but that weekend, but I finally did make it, and I ended up telling you that weekend because I really felt that weekend. That weekend was a romantic weekend. I mean, we were just in your tiny dorm, and I remember us being in that little like park area right outside of the dorm rooms, and it was like snowing. There was snow everywhere, and telling you in the snow, and yeah, that's probably the weekend I knew that I was in love with you for sure. I was in deep at that point, so. My favorite thing about our wedding day was probably, I really like at a party, like finding a quiet spot. And one of my favorite things was when we were like eating up in the balcony, and like we had done pictures, we had done the ceremony, like all that like stress of everything was done. And I remember us just going up there and eating, and it was peace and quiet, and there was nobody up there. And I remember us finally, like, it almost felt like we were catching up. And I don't know, I just really liked that, and it really stands out in my mind because it was like we knew we were about to go down there and be like swarmed with our friends and family. And so I really liked that really like quiet, intimate moment right before we went down there. But also just like dancing with our friends and family and spending the whole day with them, and just like everybody being there supporting us. And I just remember it being really fun and really energetic, and you just were with me the whole time. I never felt like we were really like lost. We were kind of stuck with each other the whole time, which is kind of sweet too. So yeah, it seems like forever ago, but it's one of the happiest days of my life for sure. There are so many things that I love about you. It's really hard to pinpoint just one specific thing. But the thing that stands out in the very front of my mind is just how kind you are to me and to everyone that you meet. And it's something that I hear all the time from people that meet you or that know you, is that you're just like the nicest guy, and you're so sweet, and you're kind-hearted. And yeah, so I definitely say that's probably my favorite quality, is just how sweet and kind you are to everyone. Another quality I love about you is all your never-ending, I wrote, never-ending stockpile of patience that you have, which is something that I've always lacked, and your tendency to look on the bright side of things always. It just leaves me feeling really refreshed when I'm really overwhelmed, and it keeps me grounded when I'm feeling anxious. So those are definitely my favorite qualities. And when we first met, those were like telltale signs I knew I wanted to marry you, because those were things that were gonna last. So over the last 10 years, the biggest bump in the road for us, I feel like, was just right after Owen was born and adjusting to our new life as parents. We definitely, a lot of things from our past and like how we were raised were definitely brought to the surface, something that we never really had to deal with before. But one thing I'm really proud of is that we chose to show up every day and work through that. I'm getting emotional again. I think that's the reason why we're so strong now, because we both knew we wanted this and we were going to fight for it. I'm sorry. But now I'm ugly crying. But it was really hard, and like I felt like for a second we didn't really know each other for a little bit, and we were kind of processing everything on our own. And so, I'm thankful that we went to therapy. I think that really helped us get through it, and I'm really proud of that. I'm proud of us for getting through that and coming out stronger on the other end. So that's something I'm really proud of. One of my favorite memories, of course, is a big one, but when you became a dad for the first time, there's nothing like watching the person you love so much hold like this baby that you made together. And so I'll just never forget, you looked like so scared but so happy at the same time, and it was just really sweet watching you become a dad for the first time. I thought that was really special. And then of course another memory is you becoming a dad for the second time, because we were completely different. We're completely different now than we were then when we had Owen. So like watching you become a dad with Milo was interesting, because I felt like you looked so much more confident and more just like totally thrilled with your decision to have another baby. And it was really sweet just being in the hospital together, watching TV, passing the baby back and forth, and it was just like a peaceful, because of COVID, it was peaceful. There's nobody coming in and out, and it was totally different from when we had Owen. It was way less chaotic, and I don't know, that's a really special memory I'll probably never forget. Also, sorry, I lost it. I wrote down some of our favorite trips because I really love. We've been on some really fun trips too. Of course, our Amsterdam and Prague trip was a lot of fun. Specifically on that trip, I remember us laying in the park, just smoking with strangers. Honestly, we were laying by that river on like a blanket, and just time was nothing. We were just doing whatever we wanted, eating through the city, getting coffee, shopping, like they're just leisurely, and it was so much fun. Hanging out with, I don't even remember the guy's name, but the guy that we stayed with, staying like on his rooftop, sitting out there smoking with him, just chatting, getting to know like his life and his world. That was a lot of fun. Um, our trip to Denver was really fun when we took Owen and he was just a baby, and that was kind of like our first big trip. Um, that was really sweet watching him run around. He's like gotten really good at walking. And then we went up way up in the mountains, and we didn't realize how cold it was going to be, and we were in shorts and like a tank top. Yep, all of us. And we had to go, remember that? We had to go and like buy all these like jackets and stuff because we were completely not prepared for there being snow on the mountains still, but just funny. I mean, that was a lot of fun. And then, of course, our trip to Jamaica. That was really fun too, because that was funny when we first got there and we had like no idea how to relax at first. Like the whole first day was just like us trying to unwind and being like, I feel like we need to be doing something because we were always so busy with Owen. So that was kind of funny, and like took us a whole day to like decompress. And then we kind of laid into the vacation. It was a lot of fun getting breakfast big breakfast every single morning, and just completely, day drinking and having a good time. That was so much fun. But I wrote some of this stuff down because I feel like those were really fun memories, really fun trips. But I feel like we're kind of right now making the memories that I'll look back on someday and really cherish, even though right now we're like so busy with the kids and there's not a lot of time or money to like do extravagant things, to go to trips. Even though we dream about it, we'll do it again someday. But I feel like things like just some of these things are some of my favorite memories that we're making now. Things like Saturday morning French toast, breakfast, chasing the kids down the halls, the weekend library runs, the school drop-offs and pickups, the birthday parties and walks around the neighborhood, the hammock swings, the chaotic mornings and bedtime routines, the weeknights with wine and reality TV on the couch, after the kids are asleep, pillow talking, which also leads to pillow laughing. I just think some of those things are going to be memories that I cherish the most, and things that I'll look back on and smile on when I'm old. So I think we're making the best memories now. And I love you. Happy 10 years.